What's good? It's just Shane Caution. Time to go over my official WWE Saturday night's main event predictions. Finna go over every match on the card, what I think of every single match, what I think of the potential feuds, what I think leading to after every single match. If you like daily wrestling content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe because I upload daily wrestling content. I'm gonna jump straight into the predictions. First match I start off with is the Intercontinental Championship match between Dominic Mysterio, Penta, and Rusev. This match I'm actually very excited about. I like the build up towards this match, starting off with Dominic being afraid of Rusev, constantly finding ways to escape matches against Rusev, then having Penta be involved with Penta and Rusev having a bit of tension. Penta, of course, has history with Dominic Mysterio, and then a recent episode of Monday Night Raw, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was the recent episode of Monday Night Raw. They ended up having an Intercontinental Championship match that ended up being a DQ, if I'm not mistaken. Ended up being a DQ due to the Grande Americanos attacking Rusev and Penta. So, it was a number one contendership match. That's what I'm thinking of. It was a number one contendership match that I'm thinking of. Yeah, between Rusev, Penta, Grande Americanos interfere. So this is why this is a triple threat now due to Anna Pierce not liking Dominic Mysterio trying to escape Rusev or and Penta to trying to escape, trying to make sure he doesn't face one of them. So this is where we're going with this. Now, they've been telling the story with Dominic of him not having no help with the Judgment Day, him doing his own thing. I like what they've been doing with that. So, and then you got Rusev and Penta who kind of are feuding right now. So I think this is very simple how they're going to tell this story. Penta and Rusev are definitely going to get in each other's way. They're going to basically cancel each other out. It's just about how Dominic is going to capitalize on it. Is it by cheating or is it by maybe Rusev or Penta can't get on the same page and he takes advantage there? But some way, it's going to be some shenanigans, whether it's by him, knocking out the ref, him using the title. Some way he's going to cheat in some way. Dominic is going to retain here. Even I would love for Rusev to get a chance at the IC title to actually have a reign with it. But Dominic is going to win. They're going to continue to tell this story. We all know that Dominic Mysterio most likely isn't going to lose the Intercontinental Championship anytime soon. He's not going to really lose it until they tell the story with Liv Morgan, which is very unfortunate. I understand why they're doing it because that was probably the part of the original plans, but it does feel like they're stalling a bit when it comes to the Judgment Day entirely. But we know that is the main goal. Wait till Liv Morgan returns, and then they'll tell the story. Maybe Dominic Mysterio potentially losing the IC Championship. But nonetheless, this triple threat match should be really good, and I'm actually excited for this match. This should be a really good match. Now we got the Women's WWE Championship between Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. So on the recent episode of SmackDown, we end up getting Jade Cargill officially turning heel on Tiffany Stratton, attacking her, which is great because Jade Cargill has been needing a character change since the beginning of her WWE run. She should have just came in as a heel. I don't know why they tried it. Well, I know why they made her a babyface, because she was over with the crowd. Because if you're over with the crowd, you have to be a babyface. But someone needed to turn heel because Tiffany Stratton has no other challengers. And if you're going to keep running the same matches, someone has to be the bad guy here. And in this situation, it makes the most sense with Jade Cargill being the bad guy here. Now, I do think that they did pull the trigger on this only because Bianca has to be close to ready to being, she has to be close to returning. Only because they could have been done this. Like, it's not like all of a sudden now they would do it. They could have been done this, to be honest with you. Like, they didn't have to wait because Jade Cargill has had multiple opportunities at this. She had multiple opportunities. Like, they didn't have to have her lose multiple chances at this championship already. Like, she had multiple opportunities at this, so they could have been done it. So something tells me that Bianca has to be somewhat close. I'm not expecting her to show up like next week or anything, but she has to be within like a month, maybe a month and a half-ish to returning, in my opinion. That's just me. But I'm actually interested in this match mainly due to Jade Cargill. Now, the only question is, who's going to win? Jade Cargill has to win, right? You cannot have her turn heel and have her lose. That just makes no fucking sense. Like, you already presented Jade as this dominant, well, she's supposed to be presented as a dominant force. You can't have her turn heel and still lose. Like, that defeats the purpose. Now, I'm assuming they're probably going to protect Tiffany Stratton. They're probably going to have Jade Cargill cheat, which I don't know why they would do that. I don't think it really make much sense. You could just have her do heel shit in the match. Make her constantly attack a body part. Have her do, like, heel things like, slam her on the ring apron, slam her through the announce table. Like, you could make her do heel things without her cheating, technically, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Jade should cheat, but they're probably going to have her cheat just to make sure Tiffany Stratton looks strong. Don't make her look weak, even though Tiffany Stratton is one of the longest reigning WWE Women's Champions of all time. So I don't understand how her losing to Jay would make her look weak, but that is a concern. But Jade Cargill should definitely win, and I'm assuming this is definitely going to lead to a Bianca Belair Jade Cargill feud, which we all been waiting for. So I'm actually excited for this match, but I have Jade Cargill becoming your new WWE Women's Champion. For the WWE Undisputed Championship, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. This feud has been very mediocre. I'm going to be honest. This feud has been very mediocre. Now, recently on SmackDown, they've been telling the story of who attacked Jacob Fatu, because Jacob Fatu recently approached Cody Rhodes about going after his WWE Championship, but then someone ended up attacking him, I think on that same episode, if I'm not mistaken. And everyone is assuming it's Drew McIntyre. I don't think it's Drew McIntyre. I feel like that is the most obvious answer, and I feel like it's a dumb answer. Now, WWE has done this before with the Naomi situation, Jade Cargill, but that was a bit different. It made sense why it was Naomi. Like, we all knew most likely it would be Naomi, but it made perfect sense for it to be Naomi in that situation. Where in this situation, it doesn't make sense for Drew McIntyre to lie about it. Drew McIntyre doesn't like the bloodline. If he attacks the bloodline member, he isn't going to lie about it. He's going to be up front and be like, yeah, I attacked him. So in this situation, it doesn't make sense for Drew McIntyre to lie about attacking Jacob Fatu, someone who he doesn't like. But here's the thing. I want Drew to win. Drew needs to win, because at this point, we can't keep doing this with Drew McIntyre where he keeps being in WWE Championship opportunities and lose. Now, in majority of the times he lost, I actually agreed with him losing. There's not a time where I actually felt like he should have won, in my opinion. This is a situation where I'm like, bro, he needs to fucking win. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, he needs to win this one. Now, I'm gonna be honest, Cody Rhodes is retaining. I just have a hard time believing that Drew McIntyre is winning. I just have a hard time believing. I just feel like they're going to stall out with this Cody Rhodes run until we get whatever feud they want to run at Mania, whether it's CM Punk, whether it's Cody, whether it's Roman again, who knows? But I just can't buy into Drew McIntyre. They have not done anything to convince me that Drew McIntyre is going to hold the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes is going to retain here, which I don't want him to retain, even though I love Cody Rhodes. I do, but I am low-key sick and tired of Cody Rhodes as WWE Champion. Now, he's just recently won it back, but, bro, we got to remember, he just had a year-long plus reign. Then we had to wait until SummerSlam because we all knew that he was going to beat John Cena. Now he has the championship again. The problem is he has nothing to do as champion. So it's like, his only story is Randy, but we know they're not going to pull the trigger on that Randy storyline until probably after Survivor Series, maybe even later. So it's like, it's a double-edged sword, but I want Drew McIntyre to win, bring something new, refreshing to SmackDown, but it's most likely going to be Cody Rhodes retaining. Now for the main event, which I'm assuming has to be the main event. I feel like this should be the main event. CM Punk versus Jey Uso for the vacant WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, this match, I'm not the most excited about because I constantly feel like Braun Breaker should be in this position. Now, who's winning this match? It's fucking CM Punk. I just have a hard time believing that they're going to have Jey Uso beat CM Punk. CM Punk, outside of Cody Rhodes, CM Punk is like one of the most protected guys in WWE. Like, it's actually insane how protected he is. He doesn't lose cleanly, and he wins damn near every match, which I'm not mad about, but he's heavily protected. And he doesn't really lose matches like this. Like, any championship match he has won, and even if he did lose, like at Clash in Paris, he did get pinned, if I'm not mistaken, but it was shenanigans why he got pinned. But still, he's very heavily protected. There's no one that's going to interfere or cost him the match. The only way I could see Jey Uso winning is if they really want to tell this little Roman storyline of him becoming the next tribal chief, which I highly doubt. So I really just don't see that. And then with Punk, the only thing I could see is that they want to give Punk his moment, and then eventually Braun Breaker would dethrone him. That's the only thing I could see why they're doing this, is where they want Braun Breaker to dethrone CM Punk. But my only issue with that is, couldn't you just have Braun Breaker beat CM Punk here at Saturday Night's Main Event, establish him as the next star? That's my only thing. I just don't understand it, because what's next for CM Punk after this? It's clearly going to be division, because you're not going to run Jey Uso CM Punk again, a babyface dynamic, and then what, you're going to do LA Knight CM Punk, which I guess, but again, another babyface dynamic. The only heel that's right there is Braun Breaker. So it's like, if we're just going to get Braun Breaker winning the World Heavyweight Championship within the next month or two, then you could have just done that Saturday night. That's just me personally, but I'm interested to see how this match plays out. Overall, those are my thoughts and opinions of Saturday night's main event. You guys let me know your overall thoughts and opinions. Leave your predictions down below in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, that's it.